Congratulations, PSG. Back-to-back Champions League finals. Yeah, PSG. I can't believe I'm saying that. PSG back-to-back Champions League finals. This team right here, man. PSG, what they got cooking up. Luis Enrique, these ballers, man. They're just unstoppable. It truly seems like this is a team that can go down in history in the Champions League as one of the best teams if they're able to go out there and win that finals against Arsenal. But before that, man, we got to talk about this PSG versus Bayern game. Second leg. After the first leg, man, 9 goals in that first leg. I was expecting a lot in this second leg. But before that, guys, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, please. Because we're coming out with a lot more videos like this in the future. World Cup just along the way too. Just around the corner. Less than, 30 days, 40 days already? So yeah, guys, we're making a lot of new content. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But let's get right into it, man. Like I said, Bayern Munich versus PSG. First leg was an absolute masterclass. I can't believe that was an actual game. Back and forth. 9 goals, like I said. 9-goal thriller. I was expecting, you know what, something the same, if not more, right? Second leg, you're always going to expect these teams to play harder because this is it. You know, the first leg, you kind of try to test out your opponent, see how it's going to go, especially if you're, away like Bayern. You can kind of play, in your mind thinking that, you can still go back to the second leg at home like Bayern did and really, show yourself, show your worth. So I was expecting the second leg to be out of this world. If we got 9 games the first leg, I'm expecting more than 9 goals, maybe 10 goals in the second leg. But that was not the score. Only 1-1 in the second leg. I was going to say 1-0 because that's what it kind of felt like until Harry Kane scored in the last 9 minutes of the game. But, like I said, 1-1 in the second leg. An aggregate score of 6-5 for PSG. PSG making their way all the way to the finals of the Champions League. And man, when I tell you that this game was completely different from the first leg, it was completely different. That is not an understatement, man. This game right here was completely different. And it kind of made sense. You know what? I was expecting more goals, but it kind of made sense the way the game just, panned out. Obviously, looking into the lineups before the game, kind of similar to what we saw in the first leg. Obviously, Alphonso Davies not starting this game. I think obviously company had some different tactics maybe. But we'll talk about more of that later on. But the lineups here for Neuer, for Bayern Munich, Neuer in the back sticks, between the sticks. We got the 4-back of, very similar, Tau, Upamecano, Leimer, and Stanisic playing left back instead of Davies playing left back. The 2 pivots of Kimmich and Pavlovic, and then obviously the front 4. No Gnabry, injured unfortunately, so we got Musiala as a 10. We got Luis Diaz on the left. You got obviously man like Olise on the right, and then Harry Kane, the main man for Bayern, up top. And then for PSG, same exact lineup except Hakimi being injured. I believe he got injured in the first leg, just around the end. He pulled up, I believe, his hamstring. So because of that, we actually have Zaire Emery starting in the right back position. Marquinhos, Pacho, and Mendes at the back. And then you got Ruiz, you got Vitinha and Neves in the midfield. And obviously the front 3 that we're all known to see and love. You got Kvaratskhelia on the left. You got Desiree Doué on the right. And then Ousmane Dembele down the middle. And Safonov between the sticks. But let's move into the game, man. Because this game right away, when I tell you right away, I mean right away. Because not even 5 minutes into the game, only 3 minutes. It took 3 minutes for PSG to open up the scoreboard and score the first goal of the game. Ousmane Dembele with a pretty easy shot, right? He's in front of the net inside the 18-yard box. But the whole game, the whole play came from no one else but Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Kvaradona, the man himself. I'm telling you, man, every single game I keep watching him play, I fall more and more in love with this player because he's just an absolute baller. The epitome of that word. He has pausa. He's got ability. He's got techers. He's got strength. He's got pace. And the way he's able to move his body to kind of not distract, but I would say like fake out defenders. Like he slows down his tempo, and then the next thing you know, he moves out, he pushes out, he speeds out, and it's very hard to kind of predict players like that. He's 2-footed as well. But yeah, like I said, the first goal coming in the 3rd minute, QUINTO Kvaratskhelia down the left-hand side, playing a little 1-2 with Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes finds the run afterwards with that 1-2. Kvaratskhelia gets the ball back. Of course, you know, what's he going to do? He's going to cut in. He sees the defenders trying to step back, trying to pull back, and then all the way in the back post, very, very back, Ousmane Dembele all by himself. I don't know why, but Stanisic was not there covering him. And just Kvaratskhelia looks for him. He finds him, passes the ball to him, places just basically sets the ball on a silver platter for Dembele just to score. If he missed that, I don't know, man. At that point, like Dembele, man, you gotta revoke his 2-foot card, right? Like I don't know. Thankfully, he scored it. He did just absolutely blast it. Neuer had no chance, man. It was right in front of him. He just absolutely blasted. So, yeah, just like that, 3 minutes into the game, already 1-0 PSG, which made the aggregate 6-4, I believe. Yeah, 6-4. And then from there on, the game just... That's the thing with these games, right? Like, if a team is going to score that early, it completely changes the momentum, completely changes the play, the way that both teams are going to go out there and play, the way Luis Enrique is going to, you know, start to manage his team now that he's up a goal away. You expect it, man. Of course, I wanted to see more goals. Of course, I wanted to see both teams go out there and score more goals, but that's just the way the game, you know, panned it out. You have an early goal from PSG. What else can they do? But now you got to step back a bit, you know, calm your horses, try to obviously go out and attack, get those counterattacks, but be more, what's the word? Just, I forgot the word. You guys know what I'm talking about. Just be a little bit more calm. Don't have to hesitate. Don't have to try to always press. Just be more reserved. And that's what PSG did for the rest of the game, obviously, right? Because Bayern Munich playing at home, they have to go out there and score 2 goals minimum to tie it up. So what is PSG going to do? Like I said, they're going to play more reserved. They're going to calm the game down, find their moments, find the momentum when they can. Kvaratskhelia played an amazing game, like I said. On FootMob, he was man of the match. But in the game, we'll talk about who actually got the man of the match. But Kvaratskhelia, man, an absolute baller. To me, I understand Ousmane Dembele, Ballon d'Or, one of PSG's key players, French key player as well. But Kvaratskhelia, man, what he's able to do on the pitch, he's just so unique, man. Upamecano, I believe he was given the role to try to man mark him from company, but it worked somewhat here and there. But Kvaratskhelia, man, he is an absolute baller. He is so strong. He is so strong with the ball on him too. It's like, it's super hard to get up the ball off him. I can't imagine just me defending him, man. Can you imagine a professional player like Upamecano having to defend him, and then me, right? So no, he's absolutely out of this world, man. The way he's able to just calm the game down. He's so good at using his body, his momentum, and everything. Basically his brain to play the game. And that's what I love to see about Kvaratskhelia. On the other hand, another winger that didn't play very well, in my opinion, that was getting glazed out of this world. I do agree he had a first good leg in this game, in this matchup, but Michael Olise, man. Olise, brother, you were not him today. That was not the Michael Olise that I've been seeing playing throughout this Champions League run, throughout this season. This Michael Olise, I think he was playing too nonchalant at some points, man. Because, man, every time he got the ball, he was not doing his usual stuff. Cutting in, trying to cut out, trying to make beat the player one-on-one. Nuno Mendes always had him. And it was just like, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Like I said before, maybe he was just too nonchalant. It made it seem like, it kind of felt like he didn't care. Like, at this point in the second leg, you're down a goal. You're down 2 goals aggregate. I want to see more from you. Now, again, kudos to the PSG defense. Again, I'm not saying that Olise, obviously, it's not just because he played a bad game. PSG have great defenders. Nuno Mendes, one of the best, if not the best left back in the world. But we saw what Olise did against him in the first leg. Absolutely cooked him many, many times. But in this game, man, he was a shell of himself, man. Completely lost. He was trying to find some times where he could cut in or, move more centrally. But it just wasn't working. Every single time it wasn't working. And on top of that, you also have Harry Kane, who obviously had a good first leg as well. But in this one, again, I will keep on saying it. I think Luis Enrique and his PSG defense understood the assignment. Defend, defend, defend. And that's exactly what Pacho did. Pacho, to me and to UEFA, was the man of the match. And I 100%, 110% agree. Because William Pacho, man, super, super, super good at defending. The way he's able to just man mark players, two-footed, fast, strong, tall, very smart on the ball as well. Just absolutely pocketed Harry Kane. Of course, Harry Kane did score in the last minute, but that was a one-off. I think Pacho throughout the whole game just had him, man. Every time Harry Kane tried to touch the ball, Pacho was right behind him. And because of that, you saw Harry Kane dropping deep even more, try to collect the ball. And it just didn't work. It just wasn't working. You got players like Vitinha as well. You got players like João Neves as well. Like, those guys are workhorses, man. So every time Harry Kane dropped back, those guys will now pick him up and defend. So I think collectively, PSG defensively played very, very, very solid. Even though Hakimi obviously was injured, Zaire Emery stood up and played that right back role. But even that, when Zaire Emery was playing, he was more moving into the center midfield, and then PSG kind of played like a little bit of a three in the back with Marquinhos trying to like defend more on the right hand side, but then also Vitinha would find himself kind of tucking in between the center backs sometimes, kind of like how De Jong does for Barcelona when he tucks in between Kubarsi and whoever else is playing center back. But it worked. It actually worked. I was actually worried that Zaire Emery was going to get exposed from Luis Diaz, because we saw what Luis Diaz did in the first leg. Scored an absolute peach of a goal and just was cooking that first leg. I will give kudos again. Luis Diaz did do very, very well in this game. From the front three or front four, because Musiala is always also up there, Luis Diaz was definitely the best attacker on that Bayern team. You could see that he wanted it. Every time he got the ball, he was attacking very, very direct, cutting in, cutting out, finding those moments, finding those spots where he can find, a player or a shot off. So I think Luis Diaz, out of all the players, Harry Kane, Olise, and Musiala, Luis Diaz for me was the best player on that Bayern team going forward. But yeah, like I said before, this PSG team getting that early goal 3 minutes into the game, it was always going to be hard for Bayern to come back from that. You know what? I'll also give kudos to Neuer, and I'll give kudos to Safonov, because there were big moments where both keepers had to step up. You saw moments where Neuer had to defend Kvaratskhelia shots. I believe Dembele had a great shot as well, and even at the end, Mayulu as well had a great shot. Great saves from Neuer. It's funny because every single game, you don't know what to expect from Neuer. Is he gonna have a stinker of a game? Is he gonna be like prime Neuer from back in the ages? But today we got a very, very good Neuer, and the same thing could go with Safonov. Safonov, man, he's not a Donnarumma, obviously, with what Donnarumma did for PSG last season. But I don't think that PSG need a goalkeeper like Donnarumma anymore because of that back line. It's just super, super strong. And Safonov, man, he had a good game, man. He also had big saves. Olise with some shots. Musiala had a big chance to score. He ran through the middle, kind of had an opening there. Shot it with his weak foot, unfortunately, right at Safonov, right at the keeper. But you know what? At the end of the day, those goalies, if you're a goalie, you have to make those saves. So, kudos to those two guys. But yeah, I think besides that, man, it's going to be hard to stop this PSG team, man. You have so much talent. And like I said before, I agree that this Bayern front three, to me, is the best front three in the world right now. Just the quality that they have. World-class players, Olise, Kane, and Luis Diaz. But the thing with this PSG front three, and people are saying it, and I agree with them, it's just so unpredictable with these front three. Throughout the game, you saw Kvaratskhelia and Doué switching sides. You saw the Dembele dropping back heavy, sometimes defending like he was playing right back sometimes. It felt like, because of just the way that he's able to just free roam. Luis Enrique gives him the keys to just free roam and just do his thing, because you know what? I will agree. Obviously, it hurts me to say this, but because of what he did at Barcelona as a Barcelona fan. But Dembele, the way he's able to play with this PSG team and what Luis Enrique has him doing, it's working, man. At the end of the day, I gotta give kudos to that. It is working. Dembele playing that free roam position. It just works so well with this team, especially when you got workhorses behind him. Like I said, Vitinha. You got Fabian Ruiz, who actually played well this game too. You got João Neves, just straight workhorses. Just make this game so much better and better for Dembele just to play that free roam position. So no, it's kudos to PSG. I mean, kudos to Bayern as well. They did their best, but unfortunately, only one team can win and go to the finals, and the best team won, in my opinion. I do agree with that. I don't think Bayern, you know, was the best team and kind of got, shafted a bit, even though there were moments where I I did see some ref issues. Like, obviously, Nuno Mendes handball, he already was on a yellow, kind of a counterattack moment for Bayern as well. Limer with the ball hits it off Nuno Mendes' hand. You can call that a yellow. The funniest thing, though, is that the ref called it the other way around, saying that it was Lamer's handball or a foul on Lamer. I don't know how they saw that. But the referee was kind of off. He didn't have a good game. That could have been a yellow card, a second yellow, and then a red. And then the penalty on João Neves. João Neves with the huge handball in the box when Vitinha tries to clear it. And again, I understand that. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are about this. But Vitinha trying to clear the ball in his box, and João Neves puts his arm up, kind of trying to cover his face, but the ball hits his arm. It's trying to hit it out. It's not like it's a goal scoring opportunity. But how many times have we seen where penalties are given where, the player's on the goal line, and obviously he's not going to score from there, but he gets fouled, and still those are called as penalties. So I don't know. I wouldn't have been mad if the ref called that, because it was a handball. He blatantly put his hand out to try to cover his face. It wasn't like it was a normal movement. So I don't know. I think that maybe Bayern got shafted from that one. But at the end of the day, you got to play your football, and PSG were just a better side, 110%. And yeah, now it's PSG versus Arsenal in the Champions League final. I never thought in my life I would be hearing Arsenal in the Champions League final, but this, I guess we're living in a freaking simulation, man. I have no idea. But once again, PSG back-to-back Champions League finalists, but now they have Arsenal in front of them to compete for this trophy, the best trophy in football, in sports. And I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments down below who you have winning that one. I hope and I pray that PSG are able to win this game so that they can bring balance to the football world, because I say it many, many times, and I'm sure you guys agree with me too. Arsenal fans, some of them, most of them are just too annoying, man. So I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Again, PSG beat Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena 6-5 on aggregate to find themselves in the Champions League final against Arsenal. Let me know in the comments down below who you guys have to win that game. And just follow for more, guys. Again, thank you so much for all your support. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao. Vamos!